Greetings, divine radiance. Welcome. I am Nahkila of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. And listen, it's still Wednesday. We did Wednesday Live and Power Hours today. I took off my sweater and traded it in for the red robe. The red sweater's gone. The red robe is here. But anyways, earlier in the week, we did a pick a card reading. And the topic was, what message does your most prominent past life self have for you? Well, today's message and this pick a card reading is, what message does your future self have for you? You ready for this? If you're ready, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're ready, let me know in the comments. Just say, I'm ready. I am ready, okay? So your options here are piles A, B, and C. So you know the routine on this channel. We don't pick from a crystal. We don't pick from anything, any item. We feel, right? We feel the message. Allow your soul, allow spirit to guide you into knowing which pile is for you. So let's just go ahead and connect to the energy of pile A. And I'd like you to take some slow, deep breaths and just feel the energy of pile A. And allow yourself to be guided into knowing if pile A is the pile for you. Just go ahead and feel that energy, connect to it, and just let spirit guide you. Is pile A your pile? Is this the message that your future self has for you? All right, so let's do the same with pile B. Go ahead and take those slow, deep breaths, connect to the energy of pile B, and just allow your soul, allow spirit to guide you into knowing if pile B is the pile for you. Is this the pile where your future self delivers your message to you? All right, now moving right along to pile C. Go ahead and take some slow, deep breaths and just allow yourself to connect to the energy of pile C. Allow yourself to be guided by your soul and spirit into knowing if pile C is the pile for you, okay? So now is the time, if you weren't able to pick, because I moved a little fast, and the reason why I moved fast instead of slow is because there is this amazing thing called pause. So if you weren't able to select, go ahead and pause the video here and just go ahead and go through it again. Just ask your soul, ask spirit, how A, B, or C, and just keep it paused until you're guided into knowing which pile is the pile for you, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is go ahead and get into it. So pile A, what message does your future self have for you? So let's see. Ooh, you have disruption. What number is that? 16, which is 7. You also have simply love, and it came in reverse, simply love. And then you have renewal, renewal. So I'm receiving for you, pile A, what your future self would like you to know. The important message your future self has for you is, I'm feeling a tower moment, right? Your future self is telling you that it's time for you to, for some of you, you will, for others, you are about to, for others, right, experience a tower moment. What your future self is saying is, there must be a breakdown in order for you to experience a breakthrough, right? Now, with this breakdown, what your future self is telling me to tell you is, don't waddle in it. Don't get stuck there, right? Don't fall into stinking thinking of self-judgment and woe is me, right? Understand and remember this message. What your future self is telling you is how you handle this breakdown or this tower moment is key, and it is vital to your survival and your elevation into the next level. Your future self would like you to know that you're extremely brilliant and bright, that people look up to you, they respect you, that your legacy that you are leaving here in this lifetime is powerful, right? And this tower moment is appearing as a bit of a crossroads where you'll have a choice to make, and what you choose will determine the outcome, right? Your future self is cheering you on and letting you know that there is nothing to fear, right? There is nothing that you are going to lose and everything that you have to gain. For those of you that are holding on to connections that are not serving you, your future self is saying, let it go. Because when you let it go, right, part of that connection that you're holding on to is keeping you from the one that is for you, right? The happiness you deserve. So when you let that go, in the process of letting it go, you're also opening your heart to receive what you actually desire and deserve, right? Don't just accept things because of history or a warm body or it's familiar or any of those things, right? Allow yourself to feel from that soul place and to feel from the guidance you're receiving what serves you to hold on to and what serves you to let go of. So, what your future self is telling you, Pal A, is it's about bravery. It's about you being brave and courageous. It's about you tapping into your inner divinity, your divine self. Allow that to be your guide. It's time for you to release fear, release stagnancy, and just really embrace who you are on a soul level. Embrace yourself fully. It's time for you to exercise and practice more self-love. And it's time for you to pull yourself out of a ditch that you may find yourself sinking into. And what they're telling me, it's like quicksand, right? You're in a ditch filled with quicksand, right? And the longer you play in this ditch, the quicker you'll get sucked under. And once you're sucked under, it's tough, right? For some of you, this could be speaking of addictions, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or even a person that doesn't serve you, or all of the above, right? All of the above, right? It's time to take the mask off. It's time to stop fronting and pretending like you got it together. And it's time to get it together, okay? Now, this may be your reality right now, and this may be a message that your future self is telling you, so that when it comes or you see things being presented, you know, oh no, I know where that's headed. Let me just back. Give it 50 feet, right? So that's your message, Pal A. If this resonated with you in any way, leave me a comment. Let me know how. And also leave in the comments, pick a card, topics, and questions that you'd like to have covered on the channel, okay? And share this video. Just go ahead, share it on your personal page. Share it in groups that you're a part of. Let's spread these messages and get them out there, okay? Channel can't grow without you. You are so appreciated. I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. And I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, psych. Just kidding. I'm still here with you, Pal A. Real quick, I'd like you to think of a question that you have. Go ahead and think about it. Think of your question. And I'm going to pull a card for you, and we're going to get the answer of whether it's a yes or a no. So think of a question, right? Remember not to use lack language because that can hinder it. So don't say, should I? You know, if you're going to say, should I? Instead say, does it serve my highest good, right? Ooh, 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 ooh. Spirit just said, none of those. All right, so go ahead and think about your question. And if you'd like to pause it, go ahead and do that. For Pal A, which one? That one on top? Is it in reverse? No? Okay. So, improving health. So what is this? How does it relate to their question? Is this a yes or a no? Okay, what I'm receiving is this is a no, right? This is a no. Whatever your question was, your answer is no, right? And what Spirit is telling me to tell you is to focus on your health, your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health, your well-being. You know, you have others that are looking to you, and those others are coming through as children for some of you, whether they're your own biological, whether they are godchildren, whether they are brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins. You have children. They're looking at you. They're looking up to you. But yeah, Spirit is just saying, no. The answer is no. The answer is no. It's time for you to focus on your healing, your self-care, your self-love, right? That's the answer that I'm receiving. Okay, Pal A, false alarm's over. Now I am really leaving you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And I'm really going to talk to you soon. Okay, Pal B. What you got? What your future self got for you? Okay, there was no rhyme in there, but it felt good, right? It felt good. Don't have to have rhyme or reason if it feels good. So, Pal B, take the lead. Sadness and isolation. Look, you got 2 3s. This one came in reverse. Preservation. This also came up during Power Hour today. And then transformation, also in reverse. So we're going to put those cards right side up because we're not claiming no reversals, no reversal energy. But if your future self tells me why they're reversed, we'll address it. Take the lead, sadness and isolation, preservation, transformation. Okay. What your future self would like for you to know, it is time for you to take the lead of your life, of your journey, of your healing, of your choices. It is time for you to come out of that place, that depressed or sad state. It is time for you to stop isolating, right? If you've been attempting to go at this alone and you feel like you're still in that place, I'm hearing dark place, right? That dark emotional place. It's time for you to seek assistance, seek help, is what I'm being told. It's time for you to allow those that are here to help you, whether it's family, friends, therapist, life coach, right? Whatever the case may be. For some of you, I'm being told to tell you to get a service animal that'll help you with stress and anxiety, whether it's a cat, a dog, it could be a bird, right? Preservation, what I'm being told to tell you is your self preservation comes first. Part of why you're feeling sad and you're isolating is because you had a tendency to put others before you, right? And what your future self is saying that hasn't worked for you in any of your lifetimes. And if you like to vibrate higher, feel better, do better, and experience better, it's time for you to transform that part of your life where you allow those that judge you to be released. You allow those that don't understand you or appreciate you to also be released. And you allow your soul to guide you towards those souls and those individuals that will be and do all of the things that these space holders or seat fillers are not doing. What your future self would like you to know is it's time to stop settling because you're not dust. You know, we had that talk. We're not dust up over here. Nothing settles but dust up over here. We don't, right? Your future self would like you to know it's time for you to stop settling. You deserve happiness, right? I'm even hearing you deserve that white picket fence. Now, I don't know if that was a real, goal of yours at any point or fantasy, or if they're just being funny, but they're saying you deserve that, right? You deserve the 2.5 children, the puppy or the cat, you deserve that, right? I'm even hearing you deserve holy matrimony for those of you that would like to get married, right? Whatever it is that you're desiring, your future self is letting you know, and in your future that is available to you. But it's about what you do right now today, what you do right now today to begin creating that and securing that vision, right? Also visualization is coming through. The last pick a card reading, you might have picked pile C because pile C had the visualization message. And if not, it's fine. Spirit is telling you through your future self, it's time to start visualizing your life, right? Be very intentional, be very clear. What I'm being told to tell you by your future self is that you have a tendency to send mixed messages because at times you're indecisive. So you're being told to take a time out and really, really think about what it is that you like to have happen in your life, right? And then decide. When you're indecisive or unsure, it's like shooting a moving target or shooting blanks and having no target, right? Or throwing rocks at the range, like basically you have no chance of creating that which you have not identified, right? And you almost kind of just get whatever. So again, your future self is telling you to take the lead. It's time to come out of that isolation. It's time to release that sadness. And it's about preserving your energy for the things that are going to help you transform your life, right? I'm being told to tell you deserve happiness and you deserve peace. So if anyone is disrupting that in any way, on any level, it's time for you to release them. Okay. Your future self is saying that there is sadness. There are many years where you have spent them sad, you have spent them alone, you have spent them hiding who you are, right? Who you are, not just many years, but many lifetimes. And what your future self would like you to know is it's okay to shine. In fact, it's a part of your calling, it's a part of your purpose, and it's a part of your happiness, right? Even if you aren't someone who loves to speak publicly, right? It doesn't matter. Your future self is saying, get over that fear, and you'll find yourself having a space in the world of motivational speaking, okay? So that's your message from your future self. Now, what I'd like you to do, Pal B, is I'd like you to take some deep breaths and think of a question that you have that would give a yes or no answer. And be sure not to use lack language. Like, don't say things like, do I need to or should I? Instead say, does it serve my highest good? And then ask the question, right? Because lack language can affect the answer. Now, if you have not thought of your question yet, go ahead and pause it until you do. And I'm going to shuffle. And then I'm going to give you, take that one. Wow. Is this yes or no? Okay, so Pal A got this too. And I literally shuffled. And it was in upside down for you, but it says improving health. And it's a no. It's a no. But also, what I'm being told is the reason why this was upside down is because it is time for you to improve your health. Whatever your question was, the answer is no. But it's time for you to improve your health. It's time for you to get that checkup, eat those greens, veggies, that is, drink more water, start exercising, right? Like, you're not only being told to improve your mental health, you're being advised to also improve your physical health, right? Your physical health. I'm also being told to tell you not to fear COVID, because what you fear, you attract, you create, right? You draw it to you. But to do things, right? Natural remedies to strengthen your immune system, right? And all of those things that were mentioned with you eating healthy, exercising, right? Getting those checkups, taking those vitamins, right? Whether you see a regular doctor or whether you choose the naturopathic way, whatever your way is, I'm being told to tell you to do that. Some of you have been guided to give up meat, right? And I'm being told to tell you to do it if that's you. Now, if you haven't been guided or haven't been feeling like, you know what, I know that one day I'm going to give up meat, right? Then it's not you. It's not you. If you haven't been guided or you haven't been feeling, because if that feeling, that's guidance, right? But if you have, what I'm being told to tell you is there's no better time like now than now. Don't put it off. No more procrastinating, right? So that's the message I have for you, Pal B. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonated. If it did resonate, give the video a thumbs up, por favor. Gracias. And then also make sure you leave in the comments letting me know what topics you'd like to see covered for the pick a card readings, and then share the video. I'm sure someone else would like to know what their future self has to say to them. So share it. Share it in groups that you're in on Facebook. Share it on your page. You know, just let's spread the word. Let's grow the channel. Okay. I appreciate you so much. And I thank you for allowing me to serve you. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Policy. So let's see what your future self, what message your future self has for you. Okay. That was creepy. You. Even creepier. But this. Okay, I'm being silly. Listen, y'all. After a certain hour, I get silly. Okay. So first of all, you have heartache and loss. Get that number 3, and I'm hearing you are not alone. I am here with you. You also have authority. And then number 4. 3, 4 is divine order. Synchronized, and it's also the number 7. You have shift. A shift is amongst you. A change is going to come. And then you have detach. Detach. Okay. So, Pausi, what I'm being told to tell you by your future self is that it is time for you to release yourself from the feeling of heartache and the feeling of loss. Your future self would like you to know you have the authority over your life. And if someone isn't showing up for you the way you like them to, and they aren't giving you the energy that you prefer, or you say you're choosing to receive, it's time for you to shift that by shifting yourself and detaching from the situation. Now, what your future self would like you to know is everything works itself out, right? For some of you, and now this wasn't meant to be no love reading, but let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Because this is what's coming through. For some of you that are in a twin flame situation, your future self is letting you know your twin flame is waiting on you to make some changes, right? They're showing up as that teacher that those good old twin flames show up as, and it's not until you get these lessons that a union will happen or a union is even possible, right? So in order for your twin flame to, I'm hearing, give you and gift you with what you desire and deserve. It's about you making a change, because as long as you stay the same and you keep accepting what they're given, it's going to remain the same. And not only will you not receive love from them, but you'll be so closed off that you won't be able to receive it from anyone. So what this message that your future self has for you, Palsy, is it's about self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-preservation, right? It's about you finding that peace within and letting them go for the time being. If it's meant to be, it'll be, right? And look at this dove. You see how she is letting it go, right? She's letting it go. And look behind her, her higher self. Look above her divine spirit team, right? Her wise counsel. They're letting her know it's okay. And although she feels sad, she's surrendering, because she knows that if it's worth having, if it's for her, it's going to come back, right? It's going to come back. So what your future self would like you to know is, as the seasons change, as your feelings change, and you go from desperation to deserving, the deserving state, you'll find yourself receiving everything that you've been asking for. Now, for some, it's not going to be with the one that you're letting go, right? It's just not. That's okay, because you'll still find the love that you desire and deserve. But it all starts with you, right? You can love yourself till the sun goes up and goes back down and comes back up again. You can say you love yourself, but if you're accepting fuckery, your actions are saying something else, right? And the universe doesn't respond to what you say if your actions aren't aligned. In that case, the universe responds to your actions, right? Actions speak louder than words. You've heard that, right? We all have. So your future self is telling you, just let go, just breathe, just relax, just trust, just surrender, and focus on you, growing you, build that empire, start that podcast, grow that business, right? Excel in that job, parent those kids, work that butt, right? In the gym, you know? And I just heard for some of y'all, it's on the pole. We're not judging. Whatever you choose, right? The point is, focus on you. Focus on you. Focus on you. The more you focus on you, it won't feel like such heartache or like a loss, right? Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Don't attempt to brush it under the rug, mask it with your strength and power and your tenacity, your ability to keep going, because then it just gets buried and it comes back out at some other time when you least expect it. So your future self is telling you to heal it now, feel it and heal it now, so that when you move on, you're really moving on, and it's not this false sense of security or this false sense of moving on, right? But your future self is telling you you're very happy in love in your future. Like love, you are love. You vibrate love, right? And you're very happy in love with the one. Go ahead and feel that. Just sit in that energy and feel it. Doesn't it feel good? Right? Feels amazing, right? Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of a question that you have, right? I'm gonna give you a yes or no answer. Now make sure you're not using lack language, because that will affect the answer. So if you're gonna say something like, do I need to, should I, right? You would say, does it serve my highest good? And then ask the question, right? So think of your question. If you haven't got your question yet, just go ahead and pause it. I'm gonna shuffle and you just go ahead and pause it. And when you've got your question, then you can unpause and get the answer. I'll tell you, Spirit had already told me it's going to be a yes, right? It's going to be a yes. So you have the reconsider card, the reconsider. Okay, and clarify. Okay, listen. So first of all, let me just tell you, Spirit told me your answer to your question is yes, right? But look at this. Okay, you got reconsider and you got let go, okay? So what Spirit is telling me is this is a continuation of the message you were getting, right? So you've been holding on, right? You've been holding on. You've been praying. You've been hoping. You've been self-sacrificing. You've been swallowing your pride. You've been doing all these things to make this connection work. And what your future self is saying is it's time to reconsider how you've been handling this, right? And they're saying, listen, for those of you that ain't ready, that ain't got it yet, we're going to say it again, plain and simple. Let it go. So you got detach, and you got let it go, and then you got reconsider. Like, reconsider how you doing this, sis. Reconsider how you doing this, bruh. Like, it's time for you to show up in your power, right? It's time for you to show up in your power. You're not going to attract anything but heartache and loss if you continue to accept less than what you deserve, right? That's settling, man. How many times does the message have to come through and the only thing that settles up over here is dust? I don't see no dust. Do you? When you look in the mirror, do you see dust? Because I don't see dust right now, right? So stop settling. But yeah, your answer to your question is yes. And your future self is saying, let it go. If it's meant to be, it will be. It'll come back. It'll come back, right? You've been the one fighting for this, and now it's time for them to fight. It's time for them to fight. It's time for them to show you. And look at that. Okay, look, you have communicate clearly. Oh, wait. You have communicate clearly, yes, and in the near future, right? In the near future. In the near future, you'll have everything you desire and deserve, right? Communicate clearly what it is you're choosing. And if they aren't showing up, delivering that, then you know, they get the boot. With love and light behind it, right? A swift kick in the booty. With love and light, of course, right? So that is your message. That's your message, pal C. Let me know how it resonated. And you know what? If it resonated at all, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and leave me a comment letting me know how it resonated. And then also leave me a comment letting me know what topics you'd like to see featured, topics or questions you'd like to see featured on the channel for pick a card readings. And be sure to share the video, right? Share the video. I've been telling the other two pals to share the video on their pages. Like, this is only going to be on YouTube. Well, it's going to be on IGTV too. So if you want IGTV, leave the comment as well, like the video, and share it. You could share it in inboxes and stuff. Share it. Let somebody else get this good old message too, okay? So anyways, I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon.